What's up, guys? Dan, the Metroidvania man here. This month is going to be a doozy. Before they leave the service of PlayStation Plus, the games to beat are Animal Well, Tales of Kangaroo Zao, Kena, Bridge of Spirits, Deliver Us the Moon, even though it's not leaving, but because the next game, Deliver Us Mars, the sequel, is, and maybe Nor Play With Your Food. Yeah, it's a lot. Anywho, let's talk about Animal Well and its platinum. Animal Well is a newer indie style low pixel take on the Metroidvania type of games. For those unaware, a Metroidvania game is part of a subgenre of games, an unholy combination of action adventure crossed with platforming, usually played from a 2D side scrolling perspective. Games in this genre are generally defined by their exploration, coupled with upgrades that allow access to previously blocked areas, exploration that is generally non-linear, and upgrades that offer gameplay and movement changes, potentially along with upgrades to your weapon. The genre has been named as such due to the pioneers of the genre, being Metroid and Castlevania. I'm a decent fan of Metroid and a bit of a fan of Castlevania. I loved Metroid Zero Mission, and am still working my way through Metroid Dread. It's fun seeing how the tools you get given unlock areas you had seen but couldn't reach, the shortcuts, both one way and two way, and the progression of getting more and more tools, which all open up new ways to interact with the environments you find yourself entrapped within. And of course, the ways you can sequence break or otherwise access certain items earlier than intended by using specific tools in ways that are both fully intended and not intended at all. Now, let's get into the nitty gritty of Animal Well. Animal Well is a bit light on story, focusing more on the gameplay. The atmosphere is both serene and relaxing, but it has undertones of horror. You awaken out of a flower, playing as a pleasingly orange slime blob thing. You progress through the tutorial area, maybe finding a secret or two, and get access to the game's first item, firecrackers. This item is fairly basic. You can carry three at a time, and using one creates loud lights and noises, which scare away creatures and provide temporary light. Their main use is to destroy the ghost-like enemies that hunt you down, similar to the ghosts from Pac-Man. Eventually, you will get an upgrade that allows you to carry six at a time. However, if you die, you lose all of the firecrackers that you're carrying. Early on, this isn't an issue, as the firecracker plants are common. The problem comes in later biomes, namely the dog biome, where firecrackers are necessary to distract the dogs until you obtain other tools. But the plants are few and far between in this particular biome, so it can be a bit annoying. After finding the map, the next tool I got was the yo-yo, which can help for lighting up rooms, breaking stalagmites, and hitting switches in out of reach areas. Supposedly, I shouldn't have gotten this first, but somehow I did. The next item I got was the disc. You have to find a mock disc first, then swap it out in the dog shrine, or else you'll be chased to the ends of the earth by an angry, invincible ghost. The disc is used to distract dogs, hit switches in out of reach areas, and can be used as a ride by jumping on it while it's spinning. Be warned, as vines will knock the disc down. Next item is the bubble wand, arguably the most important item in the game. It blows a single bubble at a time, allowing you to use the bubble as a platform or a slow downward elevator. You can use it to get into many new areas, namely by using it on the fish heads, which will suck up the bubble, letting you jump in and be whisked away to a new location. You can also cheese things, as by pressing square and X at the same time, you will jump and blow a bubble, letting you bubble jump. Just tap either left or right on the D-pad. You don't want to hold the direction or you'll overshoot the next bubble blown. The next item I got was Slink, the Slinky. Now, as a kid who loved Slinkies, the best thing to do was put a Slinky on stairs and watch the Slinky walk down. This is exactly what you do with a Slinky. as it will delay the activation of switches to give you time to get into position, and functions as a mobile weight to hold down switches. For the most part, these are the tools that you will use throughout the majority of the adventure. Your immediate goal is to obtain 4 flames used to unlock the next area. You will find one of the flames around each of the game's 4 bosses: the seahorse, the chameleon, the dog, and the ostrich. The seahorse is bypassed with some help from the disc and from the nearby baby whale. Just don't let the whale eat you. The chameleon as a fight is just annoying. You have to make him eat 5 of the porcupines, or the hedgehogs. Either way, pain in the ass, even knowing what to do, as the chameleon's tongue will one-shot you if it latches on. The dog flame is a real pain. You need to take the mock disc from the main dog mouth up to another dog shrine. You will need the slinky to get here. There is another tool that can help immensely, which I'll mention later. Finally, you have the ostrich flame, which is a pain simply because there's a secret entryway that you need to use by the ostrich that is not shown easily. Once you have the 4 flames, you can proceed into a new sealed section of the well. Haunting beasts that love the dark will attack you on sight, but once you solve the first few puzzles, you will obtain the lantern, a tool that simply lights up a large area around your slime. This protects against shadowy creatures, destroys the ghosts, and lets you pass into the areas where the clusters of ghosts stay. This opens the way to the boss of Layer 1, the Manticore. Solve the puzzles, chase the squirrel, and make your way to the detonator switch, setting off fireworks and slaying the Manticore. Layer 1 is complete. Pick up the key, check out the hidden house, and take a good look at the top of the well. If you're nosy, you can find the secret area in the place where the squirrel was just before the fireworks. This secret area will give you access to the Super Bubble Wand, the absolute best item in the game. This lets you blow multiple bubbles, making it so much easier to get to secret areas and bypass some of the puzzles and platforming. Layer 2 is about collecting the secret tools and finding the game's main collectible, eggs. By now, if you're being nosy, you should have found several eggs. Once you have 8, the first gate in the egg room with a peacock will open, giving you the animal flute. The animal flute lets you teleport by playing secret songs found throughout the game. The game, unfortunately, doesn't properly tell you how to use the flute, and is a little bit annoying. To properly play the flute, you hit square to pull it out, and then use either the stick or the D-pad to select a direction, and then tap square to play a note. The fish down the ladder in the warp room will show you the directions to play for the main warp song, which is right right, left left, down down, up up. This will warp you from anywhere into the main warp room, the central hub for fast travel. If you have found other animal heads, you can jump into them to head to several predetermined locations. This flute can help get items early on, like the mildly useless UV lantern, and the flute is needed to access another secret tool. The next tool to get is the top. The top is used to dig through hidden blocks in certain areas. This is obtained for finding 32 eggs, half of all of the eggs to collect. The next tool to get is the wheel. In some areas of the game, there are cats in cages. By playing certain songs on the flute, the cages will open. Then you can find a secret area by using the top, where a large lynx, reunited with its cubs, will sing a song and unlock the cage with the chest containing the wheel. The wheel is a large item that lets you activate certain switches, like the one we saw near the ostrich boss. It also protects you from metal spikes, the ones that you can't break. The next item we need is the bouncy ball, aka the breakout ball. This can be attained by attacking that stupid jump scaring kangaroo with firecrackers in 3 separate locations. Each time the kangaroo will drop 1/3 of a medal, which you can then use to get to the kangaroo shaped part of the map and get the ball. This ball will let you break certain blocks, known as breakout blocks. Personally, I hate this item as it can't be controlled, and if the ball goes off screen, all of the blocks that it broke will respawn. It is a bit fun to use on the one egg that actually requires you to play breakout. The final tool is the remote, found by first getting the S medal from near where the green chameleon used to live. This remote will activate certain switches in proximity and can let you bypass certain switch puzzles. It will also detonate secret bombs and will work as a radar showing chests within a certain proximity. With all of these tools, you can find all 64 eggs. Once you have scoured the whole map, consulted specific guides, and finally gotten all the eggs, you can get your reward. Another egg. With the creepy Manticore face on it? So, you take this egg to a secret incubator located towards the upper section of where you first started fighting the Manticore. And what does this egg do? Why, it creates another Manticore. But this one has lasers! So, you use the new tools to solve more puzzles and get to the final section, where you play your flute and jump into the Manticore's mouth to properly escape the well. Reach the top, and you will get the credits for the second time along with the final trophies. You can then proceed to either go for the secret stuff for layers 3 and 4, or just stop. I tried for a bit, but they really just pissed me off, particularly the bunny mural. The game has puzzles in it, like that one, that are impossible to solve from within the game, requiring a guide and the community. I enjoyed most of this game, but this final secret stuff isn't for me. For as cool as it seems it could be, it just wasn't worth it. As for getting the platinum, it's a bit annoying for some of the trophies. You will get a trophy for obtaining each of the 4 flames, trophies for the egg collecting, and several miscellaneous trophies, such as for jumping on the disc for the first time, using the yo-yo while on top of a chinchilla, and having a chinchilla crush you. You will also need to find 1 secret bunny, of which there are 16 legitimate ones, light all of the candles, of which there are 9, and pop 1,000 bubbles, which can be done by either playing a long time or by continually popping the bubbles in the trap room. The bubble one popped for me while I still had some eggs to find. Some of the eggs are hidden in places that just don't make sense, and I think the top is such a cool item with a terrible implementation, as there's no real way to see which blocks will break to the top until you just start using it. At least in Metroid games, you can usually shoot at blocks to see if they're in some way breakable, and they tell you what you need to use to actually break them. And while some of the secrets can be cool, like using the UV light to find secret messages, it doesn't seem worth it to actually execute. Although it seems like there may be even more secrets that people still haven't found in the game yet. And the damn bunny mural really cemented in my mind that finding everything myself just wasn't worth it. So, the game is fun, with a deceptive art style that belies some truly haunting and terrifying moments. As a Metroidvania title, there is a lot of room for alternate routes, abusing certain items to enter areas earlier than intended, and each item generally does something unique. But the top is poorly executed, the breakout ball is just annoying to use, and the flute is counterintuitive to actually play. overall, I enjoyed about 85% of my time with this game, with my gripes coming from the obtuse interactions of some of the objects, as well as some of the super hidden eggs. And if you are able to tell me exactly what I did wrong or was missing regarding that stupid bunny mural, please tell me in the comments. So, regarding the official Dan the Platinum Man ranking, Animal Wells Platinum Trophy seems simple, but is actually more deceptive than expected, making it a 3.75 out of 10 for the Platinum. As for its ranking, I'm going to give it an 89 out of 100, as it is easy to pick up and play, has a lot of fun and potential, but is dragged down by the outright obligation to use outside sources in order to fully 100% the game. So, until next time, keep kicking around in the well, like and subscribe, and remember, only losers get easier access to the Super Bubble Wand. Seriously, the more you die, the easier it is to obtain.